Nvidia shares down about 1.6% so far this morning. This does follow what was a modest beat for its second quarter results and comes as China pushes to triple its AI chips production for tech self-reliance. Joining us now is Cantor Fitzgerald analyst CJ Muse. He's got a buy rating and a $240 price target. CJ, you see you have growing confidence into 2026 in your estimates. Given this quarter, you have a stretch number, I think, of $8, which at 30 times gets you to 240. What gives you that confidence?
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me. I think on the call last night, one of the key numbers or frameworks provided by Jensen was a vision for $3 to $4 trillion of AI infrastructure spending between now and 2030. And so I see a clear path, from a stretch goal of 200 billion data center revenues this year to 300 next year. And I would also highlight on the call when asked whether 50% growth in data center next year was achievable, it certainly sounded like, from Jensen's perspective, that is definitely doable. So again, we think $8 is reasonable. And if that's right, surprisingly, Nvidia is trading cheaper than the S&P, today.
Yeah, that'll get people's attention if, in fact, you're right on the $8, which, again, to be fair, you say is a stretch number. Some investors this morning, at least, taking some time with that inventory build. I talked to Jim Cramer about it, but I'd love to get your take as well. Inventory up 93% year over year. Some pointing to that as well. Is demand slowing a bit, or what is that all about?
I don't think they articulated, what's going on perfectly last night, but the big takeaway is they are sold out. Time-based reasoning has led to tremendous uplift in inference demand. And so they can't build fast enough. So I think that what you're seeing is a supply chain that's gearing up for a very fast and accelerating Blackwell ramp. So I don't worry about that inventory build whatsoever.
Yeah, you got the hyperscalers obviously representing a very significant portion of sales. You've got sovereigns now that are obviously spending billions to develop their own AI. Then you got China, which I guess is a wild card at this point, given it's not even a part of their guidance. What are your expectations?
Well, I think near term, they did the right thing by de-risking China and offering now $2 to $5 billion upside for the October quarter. So, if anything, the risk is now to the upside. I think medium term, if Jensen were, he'd say, we need to sell into China. We need them to develop on our platform. So I really hope that, Nvidia and the U.S. administration and China can work together to get Nvidia, the world's best platform into China, because it is a key positive for the company as well as, competition in the United States.
Yeah, Jensen has articulated that, obviously. All that being said, and I don't want to make too much of this, stock's down a little over 1%, but are you surprised it's down at all, given everything you're saying? And certainly there are those who share your sentiments. I would think it perhaps would be up.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. I think if you take a step back, the stock's up 80% in the last 6 months. So a stellar report last night, 100% clean, would be what would drive the stock up today. It wasn't, right? And so I think having a modest pullback here makes sense. But I would say in all my conversations with investors this morning, I'm not getting the sense that anyone is selling. And in fact, if we were to pull back, a few more percent, I think investors would be adding.